Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to continue our discussion on time value of money basics. In particular, let's discuss now how do we assess projects where there are unequal lives. So here you can see that project A has the following cash flows. The IRR, the weighted average cost of capital for all the projects are the same at 12%. So here we have cash flow for project A 9.2, and then we have this the initial investment or cash outflow is 9.2. Then you have this inflows for the next 6 years. On the other hand, you have for project B, initial investment 6.5, and then you have this one, okay? And then for cash C and cash D, the following. Now you notice that they have different initial investments. And not only that, they have different uh, life lives. So how do we do this? How do we determine which project is better? Okay, for one, D might be biased because it has more cash flows. So that if you check the NPV, we discussed this last time, using the NPV, so the rate is at 12%, then comma, and then value will be, remember, it should only be the cash flow starting with year one, and then we add back the cash flow at year zero. Okay, so for project A, it's 693.93. Okay, and then we can do the same for project B. You can actually, we can actually continue up to the last D16. We can do this and copy it to the right. It doesn't matter kung yung iba hanggang ano lang, D12 for example, kasi zero naman yan, no? Okay, so that we have the just one formula. Okay, and then we can see now that project D will have the highest net present value. Okay, and that's understandable because it has more years, 8 years. So project A will have the lowest. Uh, si project B naman, even if 4 years lang siya, okay, 95,000 yung net present value niya. Okay, so the question is it correct to say that project D is the best project? Okay, the answer is not is wrong. Project D is not the best project because we cannot compare project A with project D. You can compare project B with project D, etc. Because project D has 8 years ng cash flow, no? So what we can do is, if I copy this, Control C, copy natin sa a new worksheet here. What is actually done is we have to get the common cash flow, no? Okay, what does that mean? So for project A, okay, you have this, and then at the end, so this is year 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What we can do is we can replicate the project. Okay, we can replicate the project. Okay, so for here, for the 6th year, we can repeat this project, which means that I'm going to copy this, Control C, and then Control V. So it's as if, okay, what will happen now is that parang uulitin natin project. we're going to repeat the project until such time that pareho na sila number of years. So, kukunin natin yung ano dito, yung least common denominator, di ba? So, 6 years, ito 4, ito 5, ito 8. We're going to get the least common denominator. So, it's as if we're going to repeat the project. So, ito magiging, yung 6, ano, magiging 12. Tapos, uulitin na naman natin to. We're going to repeat this. Okay, I'll just put this here, Control C. Dito na naman, Control V. Okay. So, uulitin na naman, Control V. So, we keep on repeating the project. So, ang magiging parang bagong cash flow ni, ano, ni Project A will be the sum of this one. So, 9.2 pa rin. Pero, dito mauulit yan, no? Etc. Yan. So, parang sa year number, ano, year number 12, magiging year number 6, magiging 7, 8 na lang kasi mauulit yung ano, ulit yung project, magkakaroon ulit ng 9, 2. Okay, so it will keep on repeating. Control C, dito ulit to. Control V. Parang paulit-ulit yung project until such time na dapat pareho na silang number of years. So kasi 'di ba si project Si project A is 6. Si project B is 4 years. Si project C is 5 years. And project D is 8. So ang tanong, ano yung least common denominator nila? Okay? So algebraically, parang magiging ganito siya, no? Si 6 is, kunin natin yung LCD niya. 2 times 3. But 2 at saka 3. Si 4 is 2 times 2. Si 5 is 1 times 5. Si 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, so ano to? Elementary math, no? So, titingnan natin. So, si 2, sino yung pinakamalaki niya dito? How many times siya pinakamarami ginamit? So, 3 times. Okay, so that will be 2 times 2 times 2. That will be 8. Wait, ha? Konting review lang to, Chris, ng no? So, this will be equal to 8. Bakit 8? Kasi we're going to choose yung pinakamaraming beses na ginamit si 2. 2 times 2 times 2. So, that's 8. Tapos si 3 naman, isang beses lang. So, that's times 3. Okay. Tapos si 5, isang beses lang. Times 5. So, the LCD is 120. So, dapat mag-create tayo ng 120. 120 na 120 na years, no? Ito, Control C. So, bale ang nangyari, I'm repeating the cash flows. Control V ulit. Control V. I'm repeating the cash flows. Control V. Hanggang maging hanggang maging 120. So, 84, 90. So, manual to, no? Manual. Pero we're going to look at yan. So, 120 na to, no? Until here. There you go. Okay. So, what did we do? We replicated the project. Parang inulit-ulit natin yung project na to. And we'll do the same thing for the others. Okay, so let me replicate this with project D. Para maging comparable sila, Put this here. So, ganun din dapat si Project D, no? Up to 120 years. Okay. So, si Project D, so from 0, okay, hanggang 8. So, at the end of the 8th year, uulit yung ano niya, uulit yung cash flow niya. Ito, Control C, and then Control V. Yan. So, in other words, pagdating ng 8th year, uulit na naman yung project niya. So, manenet itong 34,000 at saka 12,500. So, do the same, Control V. Okay. Ulitin natin to. No? Control C. Yan. Every 8 years, umuulit siya. Yan. Ganito ko lang para, just to illustrate, no? And then, magmamatch siya ng 120. 80. Yan. Yan. Notice na 120 din siya, no? Kasi kinuha natin least common denominator. Tapos, kukunin, i-add natin. So, imagine, parang inuulit mo yung project, no? You keep on repeating the project so that they have exactly the same number of years. Sinasum up ko lang. Okay? And then ayaw. Down. All right. So ito ngayon si project D, no? So therefore, ang gagamitin natin cash flow itong mga to. Itong mga na-adjust natin. We kept on repeating the project. Yan. So this is project A, this is project D now. So what will happen is that you have a new new series of cash flows, pero magkakaparehon sila ng ano. They now have the same number of years. How are we able to do that? We got the LCD. Yan. Kinuha natin LCD, lumalabas na 120. So you'll keep on repeating the same for the other projects. Tapos ngayon, pwede natin kunin yung NPV nito. Okay, so you do the same for project D and for project C. Okay, pause muna ako. Let me pause for a while. And nakuha ba? Ano? Chris, clear ba siya? Want me to repeat?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. So I'll give you a few minutes. You do that for project B at saka for project. So parang ganito, no? Insert natin. And when you're done,
Yung gawin po, sir, is kind of same like
yeah, oo.
yung sa kanina.
Oo, paulitin ko para clear sa'yo. Bali, ang objective kasi natin, hindi natin pwede ma-compare si A, B, C, D, no? This
Yes po, sir.
four projects kasi they have different time frames. So, the theoretical thing to do is uulitin natin yung projects A, B, C, D so that they should have the same number of years. So, kunyari, inulit ko si project A 2 beses, hanggang 12 lang siya, no? Eh si D, kung inulit ko 2 beses, hanggang 16 siya kasi 8 di ba? 16. Si project, ano naman, si project B, this will be 5, no? 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I keep on repeating this, Control C, Control V. Okay, there's a shortcut for this, pero gusto ko lang mapakita sa yung ano, yung yung concept behind. So uulitin na naman natin siya, no, dito. Control C. Dito ko linalagay para ano, yan, Control V. So you keep on repeating this. Yung last ng cash flow nito, uulitin na naman natin si project B. Control V, Control V. And this will end at, pwedeng mag-end to at 120. Kasi Pare-pareho sila mag-end at 120. Yun ang kailangan natin, yung LCD. Para, pwede natin i-compare ngayon. No? Control V. Control V, Control V, Control V. So, copy ako ng copy. Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. Mahaba tong ano eh. Pati yung form mahaba din. Kasi, there you go. No? 120. No? So, kung tama yung pagkuha natin ng LCD, and then we keep on repeating the projects, they will all end at the same time. No? Okay, and then we'll just add here is equal to sum natin, sum, itong dalawang tong columns na ginawa natin. No? Tapos I'll just increase this. Okay? And then color this, fill this up. Para pag kinapi ko siya pababa. Okay, there. So this will now be the cash flow for project B. Okay? So notice na magkakapareho na sila ng ano ng magkakapareho na sila ng number of years, no? 120 na. And do the same for project C. Ito lagay sa project Z. Let. Right? So uulitin na naman natin si project Z. C. This is project C, control C. At the end of the life of the project, ulitin ko siya, no? Yan. So paulit-ulit lang. So I keep on repeating it. Manual to na I'll show you later kung ano yung shortcut dito. I just wanted to show you the concept behind. Kung anong gagawin kung unequal yung lives ng ng project. Kasi hindi natin basta-basta pwede sila ma-compare because they have different terms, no? They have different lives. But we can compare them kung gawin natin pare-pareho. No? Ayan. Okay? So 120 years. So tama yung pag-compute natin ng least common denominator. Okay, so this is equal to, copy na lang natin. Control C. Okay. Yan. Okay, so tell me if na ano mo na, natapos mo na. I'll give you time.
I'll do for letter D ho, diba, sir?
Sorry?
Yung project D ho yung gawin ko or like
Ah, kung lahat sana, no? Yung
lahat
dapat
sana.
lahat yan
Okay,
eh.
sorry.
Oh, I'll give you time. Para ano mo makita mo kasi i-compare natin, 'di ba? Ang objective natin, which is the better project? Is it A, B, C or D? So initially hindi natin pwedeng magawa 'yon kasi unequal yung mga lives sila.
Yes.
Nag-compute tayo ng NPV pero ang lumalabas, siyempre may bias to for project D kasi mas maraming siya eh. Mas maraming cash flows, no? 8 years siya. So definitely ang lalabas yan, malamang pinakamalaking NPV siya. which is not correct, no? Which is not correct. Sige, I'll give you time tapos once you're done, sige, sabihin mo sa akin para ituloy natin discussion.
Excuse me.
When you're done, Chris, sabihin mo sa akin.
Yes po, sir. Almost done po. Nasa C na po, sir.
I-pause ko lang yung recording, ano mo ako I-remind mo ako, baka makalimutan ko. So what did we actually do? We were replicating the project. So this is the initial cash flow for project A. So what we did was to assume that we repeat the project A. So at the end of the life of project A, we assume that it will be another project A project here. Okay? And how did we determine the number of years? Kasi magkakaiba sila eh. 6, tapos 8, tapos 5, tapos how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no? This is 4. So we get the LCD. So ang lumabas nun, 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5, we get 120. So that's the number of years we're targeting. And you notice na pare-pareho nga sila. No? So now we added the cash flows. So it's as if that this project A is repeated X number of times, and this is the cash flow. Okay, so now we can get the net present value of this. Okay, so the NPV here, let's get the NPV here, NPV. Please ko lang. So it's equal to NPV. Okay. The rate is 12%. I just wrote 12% here. If you fix ko siya, F4, kasi it will be the same for the others, no? Comma, what will be the value? The value, as we know, will be from year 1. Exclude natin yung unang year, no? Yung cash flow natin, yung cash outflow. Okay, so it will be from, in my case, it's row 6 hanggang row 125, yung 120 years, no? And then, okay, value 1, value 2, kasama na yun. And then plus, we have to add the initial cash flow, yung outflow here. Okay, so that's our function. Oops, sorry. What happened? Wala, ulitin ko. Plus this one. Okay, control enter. Okay, tapos ano ko na lang yung format. Okay, just 2 decimal places. So 123, no? 0.01. And then this one, we can copy this formula. Copy ko lang to para makikita mo formula text. Here's the formula. Okay. And this one we can fix, we can copy this, no? So control C, control V, control V, control V. We copied it to all the projects. Okay. So if you take a look at this, no? So it turns out that ito si project ano to project dito, no? Ito kanina yung highest na ano na NPV. Pero ngayon, if we base it on yung sa equal lives, no? Hindi na siya yung highest. It turns out that this project, to si project B ngayon, yung pinakamataas na ano na equivalent na net present values. Okay, let me pause for a while and wait for you to be able to catch up, no, with the ano. Ilalagay ko lang din tong ano na to. Control C, Control V. You can check the formulas. You're done, Chris, sabi mo sa akin, ha?
Yes po, sir.
Mm.
I'm done na po, sir.
Done na. Do we have the same values?
I can check po yung project D ng poster.
Okay.
Project D is yung 211526.
Yeah, oo. This is Project D, oo.
Yeah. The project B is 26207.49.
Yeah.
And then 26766.65 for C. Then for A is same lang din po, sir. 12301.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. So what can we say, Based on what we did now, the best project will be project B.
Yes po, sir.
Okay? Hindi si project hindi si project D, right? So let's go back here to the unequal lives natin. Okay, so do we really need to do this na parang iisa-isahin natin yung matagal yan, 'di ba? So it's not an efficient way to do it. There is an efficient way to do this. Ito. So we're going now to get the present value of an interest factor of an annuity of 1. Okay, this means present value interest factor of an annuity of 1. What does that mean? Okay, let me just insert a shape. Okay, draw. And then, saan yun? Insert a shape. Okay, ito. So it's as if you have may timeline tayo dito. Tapos meron tayong annuity. Insert ulit. Mag-drawing na nga lang ako. Matagal yung ano eh. Okay. It's like this, no? Timeline to. So parang may annuity of 1 tayo. Yan, no? Annuity of 1. What does an annuity of 1 mean? So may 1 ka dito, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. No? Tigwa 1 siya. Annuity siya ng 1. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gagawin pa natin ng isa. 8. 8. Alright. So ang tanong dito, if you have an annuity of 1, meron tayong annuity of 1. Alright. So tigwa 1 yung cash flow natin. Annuity of 1. Ang tanong, what is the equivalent present value of this annuity of 1? For 8 years, para dito. For 6 years, for project A. For 4 years, for project B. And for 5 years, for project D. So yung kailangan natin malaman, present value, interest factor of an annuity of 1. And PV lang yan, no? PV. Okay? PV. Sige, gawin natin, hahanapin natin yung present value. So for project B, ang kailangan natin yung 4 years ito. Ano present value nito? Tigwa 1. How much is that now? Okay? So we can use just one function. Okay? Let's do that here. So it's equal to PV. PV ng ang rate is the same. I can 12%, no? Hindi natin kailangan i-fix kasi meron naman bawat isa. NPER, what's NPER? NPER, so magkakaiba sila, no? Yung isa 6. Yung isa naman 4. Yung isa naman 5. Yung isa naman 8. So inefficient din kung ito type natin isa-isa. For example, ito 6. So what we can do is we can use the count function. So ito, count. Ang ipapakount natin yung mga hindi blank. Count A. No? Count A. Then let's highlight this. Yan. So pag count A nito, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ang bilang niya 6. Kasi hindi niya bibilangin yung mga blanks. So pag drinag natin to the right yan, ito ang answer 4. Okay, kasi hindi niya bibilangin yung mga blanks. Okay, so that's the best way to do the saan na tayo? NPER, no? So NPER yon. Kama PMT, ano yung PMT? 1, di ba? Annuity of 1 eh. Okay? And then future value wala, type ignore kasi annuity ordinary to. Okay. There. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds to take a look at that. Then i-drag natin to the right yan. So for column E, magiging yung NPER niya 4. For column F, magiging 5. Tapos for column G, magiging 8. So tama yung bilang, yung number of periods. Okay, so control enter. Oops. Sorry, nagka-negative. Ah, what happened? So rate is 12%. This is ayun natin negative to, no? Para maging positive siya. Sorry. Linagay ko negative para maging positive siya. Okay, 4.11. Yan, 4.97. Okay, once you got it, kindly chat, no?
Got it po, sir.
Got it na?
Yes po, sir.
Okay.
4.11 to
Okay.
4.97. Same
All right.
po.
So we call this present value interest factor of an annuity of 1. Kaya may 1 dito sa ano. So it means this is the equivalent present value for an annuity of 1. Ito for 6 years, for 4 years, 5 years, 8 years, with an interest with a rate of 12%. Okay, so we can now get the annualized. This is your annualized net present value. Annualized net present value. Okay, how do we get the annualized net present value? I-divide natin, no? I-divide natin. So parang average NPV siya per year. So this is equal to this amount divided by this amount. Okay. Copy to the right. Okay. So you should have that now. Annualized net present value. Okay? So it's iba siya dun sa pag-compute dito, no, sa sheet 1 natin kanina, no? Kasi ito linay-out natin yung equivalent number of years eh. So we don't expect to get yung mga values na yan, 262. Pero ang importante, we were able to determine kung sino yung project na pinaka maganda based on an annualized net present value. Parang average net present value siya per year. Okay, so it turns out that the best project is this one, si Project B. Okay, and it's consistent with what we got here, di ba? Ito Project B to. Si Project B got the highest NPV dito. Yan. Project B, no? If we plot out the 120 years of project, siya yung pinakamataas na net present value. So we get the same we get the same conclusion. Project B based on the annualized net present value. Mas simple, no? You don't have to spell out yung 120 years, which is really very a long process, no? Dito, ang ginawa natin, kinuha natin yung annualized net present value. Okay, did you get the same answer, Chris? Ano ba rin yung ano
Yes po,
siya?
sir. It's also project B, which is the
Yeah.
highest one.
Okay, good. So, next, pag nakakita ka niyang ganito ulit, no? Pag unequal lives yung ano, unequal lives, then what you do is you get the annualized net present value to determine which of the projects will have the best average net present value. Okay? So yun ang
Yes.
unequal lives. Okay? So we have time for one more, itong multiple IRRs. So ano na rin natin to, no? Okay, so itong crossover, we'll need more time for this. Kukunin natin to next meeting. Kailan next meeting natin? Thursday din, di ba?
Yes,
12:15
sir.
din. 12:45 din. Sige.
45.
Mahaba to yung crossover. Pero at least patapos na tayo dito sa template na to, yung mga susunod, para makapunta na tayo sa susunod. Ito simple lang yung multiple IRRs, no? You have this project, meron kang initial cash flow na 145, and then meron tayong mga inflows 100, 100, 100, and then ang strange dito sa project na to is that meron tayong negative na cash flow either in the middle or at the end of the project. Okay, kasi usually pag mga projects sa simula lang yung negative na outflow, no? Tapos usually sa mga intermediate cash flows na positive na yan. Kasi pumapasok na yung cash flows dun sa project. Now, in cases where you have a negative cash flow intermediate, so pagkatapos ng initial na cash outflow, meron ka pang in between, meron ka pang negative either at the end or in the middle, and we're here. Okay? Chances are magkakaroon tayo ng ano ng dalawang IRR. Okay? We will have two IRRs. So let's do that. Let's show. So it's equal to IRR to internal rate of return. Okay? Okay? So alam naman natin na tama to, no? Ang IRR formula ni Excel is correct, no? So values, highlight natin 'yon, and then guess, leave blank muna natin. So yung initial na IRR na ibibigay niya is 3.91. So 3.91% yung initial internal rate of return. So the question is this project feasible or not? Well, it depends dun sa weighted average cost of capital, di ba? So i-compare natin yung IRR. If the cost of capital is 10%, then reject yung project na yan. Okay? If the cost of capital is less than 3.91%, then the project is okay. So ang tanong dito, diba kasi meron tayong outflow at the end or intermediate outflow. So chances are baka meron pa tong isang IRR. So dito natin ilalagay IRR, okay? Values pareho pa rin. And then mag-guess tayo, no? Okay? So ang i-guess natin dito, maglalagay tayo ng 1%. So let's say, is it 10%? Is it more than 10%? Yung isa pang IRR, tingnan natin. Control Enter. Hindi, no? Oo, more than 10% pa, no? So ibig sabihin nun, function F2, baguhin natin to. Gawin natin 15% kaya, subukan natin. Control Enter. Ayun, no? Ayun. So nakita na niya dun sa 15%, nakita niya na the other IRR is 30.28%. So dalawa yung IRR, isang mababa, 3.91%, isa namang malaki, 30.28%. So paano yun? Okay. Ang gagawin natin ngayon, ipa-plot natin tong IRR, no? We're going to plot this and see. Okay? All right. See what happens. Okay, magpa-plot tayo, no? Okay, so how do we plot this? So dito, ang instructions ko dito, insert WACC from 0% to 40% increments of 2. Okay, tapos ang gagawin natin, hahanapin natin yung NPV, no? Hahanapin natin yung NPV. Tapos dapat dun sa WACC natin, isasama natin si 3 point, sorry?
Number 2, paano niyo po hinahanap yung 13.38
Okay.
po?
Nag-trial and error ako, no?
Sorry.
Nag-trial and error ako. Is equal to IRR. Tapos, yung cash flow pinasok ko. Yung una, nung wala tayong linagay, 3.91 ang linabas niya. So, mag-guess tayo, no? Mag-guess tayo, let's say, initial 5% kunyari. Nag-guess ka ng IRR 2. Pareho pa rin. Ibig sabihin, we try another guess, no? So, dagdagan natin ng konti, 10%. Hindi pa rin niya nakuha yung isa pang IRR. Function, F2 ulit. Okay. Okay. So, ginawa kong 15% kaya. Ayun. So, 15% lumabas na yung isa pang IRR. So, you just keep on increasing it, no? Para makuha mo yung trial and error lang yan.
I see po, sir. Thank you po, sir.
Okay, sige, good. So ngayon, ang gagawin natin, magpa-plot tayo ng net present value at saka ng weighted average cost of capital. So let's start from 0%. Lagay natin dito 0%. Medyo lakihan siguro natin. Okay. 0%. Tapos, mag-ano lang tayo, home. Tapos dito, here, sa field, series, and then columns. And then, step value is gawin natin 2%. 2%. Bakit ko ginawang 40? 0 to 40 para pumasok silang dalawa, yung 3.99 at saka 3.91 at saka 30.28 para ma-insert natin sila, no? Alright? Naka-columns tayo. Step value 2%, magdadagdag siya ng 2%. Then okay. Anong nangyari? Wait ulit. Here. Okay, series. In columns. Step value 2%. Okay. Step value 2%. Sorry, nakalimutan ko to. Step value 40%. Dapat i-identify natin. Saan siya magtatapos? 40%. There. 40%, okay. Ayan. Okay. So, nagtapos siya ng 40%. Increment of 2. And then, ipapasok natin dito si 3.91. Okay. I'll pull this down. And then, I'll insert is equal to 3.91% dito. Okay, pinasok ko siya, no? So, this is ito yung isang IRR1 natin. Tapos yung isa naman, 30.28, so it should be here. Insert ko siya dito. Between 30 and 32 siya, di ba? Is equal to 30.28. There. Lagyan ko lang ng color para ano. Yan. Okay? Sige, I'll give you time, Chris.
Natapos ko na po, sir.
Okay na. Na-insert mo na si 3.91 at saka
Yes,
30.28.
si
Okay.
30.28.
Alright, sige. So, kukunin natin yung NPV na, no? Is equal to NPV. Okay? Ang rate natin, let's use a rate of, gawin natin ang WACC natin 12% natin lagay. Let's assume the WACC, pareho lang kanina, 12%. Okay? So, this is equal to NPV. Again, yung NPV natin, ang rate natin is 12%. Fix natin yan. Function F4. Fix natin, comma. Ang values natin, remember pag NPV, starting with the first year. This one. Diba? And then since we're going to copy this, i-F4 natin to, i-fix natin siya. Okay, para naka-fix dyan. And then plus yung initial cash flow natin ito. And then another, dapat i-fix natin. Okay, para hindi gumagalaw yung ano, no? Ay, sorry, mali. I stand corrected, no? Hindi 12% yung kailangan natin ito. Ang WACC natin, ang rate natin ito. Okay? So, ililink natin dun sa WACC para makuha natin yung NPV if the WACC is 0%, 2%, etc. Okay, I apologize. So, dapat hindi naka-fix yung 0% na yan. No? Okay, Control Enter. So, check muna kung if you got -10. Lagay ko dito yung formula.
Yes po, sir. -10 plus.
Okay, good. -10. Sige, so, copy down natin. No? Alright, so you now have the net present values. Okay, take note, sa 3.91, ang net present value niya, 0. And remember, the IRR is supposed to be, okay, it's the rate of return where the net present value is equal to 0. So 0 siya dito. And also for 30.28, no? 0 din siya. So we say here that tama yung ano, na dalawang IRR dito. 30.28% at saka yung 3.91%. Anong proof natin? Yung net present value. Kasi at IRR, the net present value is equal to 0. Okay, so what can we do now? We can plot this now. Tignan natin. Kasi for decision making to, no? So this is a project where your cash flow has two negatives, either intermediate or nasa dulo. So i-plot natin yung WACC natin at saka NPV. So insert natin. This tayo sa charts, no? Recommended charts na natin.
May scatter plot po siya, sir.
And scatter plot, ito na lang, no? So we can use this, no? Here. Yan. Yung maganda siguro yung may ano, yung may line na ganito, no? Okay. Yan. So this is now our NPV profile, no? Yan. All right. So we can see here the net present value. Okay. Remember, ang net present value, pag positive siya, okay yung project na yun. And you can see here that between itong 3.91% until 30.28%, our net present value is positive. You can take a look at it at our table here, diba? So sa plot na kita mo, diba, positive yung NPV. But lower than 3.91%, okay, negative yung NPV. At saka higher than 30.28% na cost of capital, okay? Negative din yung ano, negative dito, no, yung NPV. So what's the decision rule here? Okay? For this type of project, for any cost of capital that's between 3.91% and 30.28% is acceptable. Pwede siya kasi yung NPV natin NPV natin positive. And you can see here that the maximum is thereabouts here, no? Kung titingnan natin, parang ang maximum ito, no? At around 14%, no? More or less. Kasi dito, kung dinagdagan pa siguro natin to ng ano ng more granularity, kunyari 12.5 o 12.6, makikita natin kung talagang nasan yung ano yung maximum na ano na NPV. Okay? So approximately ang NPV, okay, na nagbibigay sa atin ng mataas na ano no na dito sa plot lang natin dito around 8.7%. Between 14 and 16 bumaba na siya, naging from 12 to 14, the NPV was 8.37 hanggang 8.74. Tapos, pagdating dito, 14 to 16, bumaba na siya. So, plus minus a few percentage points, 14%, no? We can determine that actually, pero nakikita natin dito na it's around this one. So, for this project, ang pinaka-optimal na na cost of capital is around 14 point something percent, no? Around that. And then we can say our decision rule here is that any project where the cost of capital is less than 3.91%, reject natin yun, no? Reject that project because it will have an NPV that's negative. Or if the weighted average cost of capital, or if the IRR, if the weighted average cost of capital is greater than 30.28 here, ito, no? Ito, greater than 30.28, negative na yung NPV. So reject din yun. Okay? So with the NPV profile here, ano makikita natin dito? We can, okay, gawin natin ganito, no? Let's, here, okay, magdagdag tayo dito, no? So let's, sorry. After 12%, para medyo may idea lang tayo ng ano. Okay, gawin natin tong 12.2, 12.4, 12 point, kulang pa siguro to 6, 12.8, para makita lang natin yung ano, yung, and then 13%, dagdagan pa siguro. Okay, I'll add more here. Copy down ko na to. 13.2468, tapos ganoon din dito. Dapat pala nag-ano nila ako ng 0.2. Okay, 14, and then I'll just copy here. Bulit na to, 16. So, dinagdagan ko lang Chris, ng ano, para mas makita natin. So here, let me copy this again down. Okay. Ulitin natin plot. Kasi hindi nasama kanina yung ano. Nagdagdag ako ng increment ng 0.2%. Okay, and then plot ulit, insert. The recommended plot here. Okay, so you can see here that ito, ano, kasi nagdagdag tayo ng mga points dito eh. So, so more or less, ito, 8.7562. No? Ito yung pinakamalaki. As far as walang 14.8 Kulang na naman. Sorry. Ay. Okay. So ano nga mga around 14.6%, 8.7562. Siya yung pinakamataas dito, no? Okay, here. So we can say, ano yung conclusion natin dito? Number one is that there are two IRRs for this cash flow. 3.91% at saka 30.28%. Okay. Number two, if the project has a cost of capital of less than 3.91%, i-reject yun, no? Kasi the net present value will be negative. here. If it's more than 30.28, then that project will also be rejected because the net present value will also be negative for a WACC that's greater than 30.28%. Tapos the feasible region is, okay, we call it feasible region, is if the WACC is between 30.91% at saka 30.28%. So, yun ang significance nito. So dapat yung WACC natin should be between this. Any WACC that's outside that, okay, should be rejected. Tapos the highest, approximately the highest NPV is the one where the weighted average cost of capital is around approximately 14.6%. So siya yung pinaka mataas na, okay, na net present value, 8.7562. Okay? So those are the things that, yung tatlong things ulit ha. Number one, dalawa yung IRR pag ganitong klaseng cash flow. You have most probably you have two IRRs. Second is that the project will become feasible if it's less, only between the two IRRs, 3.91% and 30.28%. Less than the lower or greater than the higher, hindi pa pwede yun. And number three, we were able to determine that the highest, the best WACC will be around 14.6% because it will give us the highest net present value. Okay. All right, let me pause for a while and ask ko lang kung clear, Chris, no? Baka may question ka?
Nakuha lang ko lang po, sir, yung sinabi mo kanina. And I took down notes din about what you
Okay.
said.
All right. So clear to.
Yes, sir.
All right. So next Thursday, magko-crossover na tayo, no? And then we'll go to the next lesson. Kasi ito, medyo similar dito. Pero dito, ang sa crossover, dalawang projects ang tinitingnan natin. So ang tanong, which of the two projects should we choose? So again, it will depend on the weighted average cost of capital. May mga WACC na mas maganda si Project X. Tapos may mga WACC na mas maganda si Project L. Yun ang gusto nating malaman, no? So when is Project S better than Project L? And we will have to get the NPV profile for Project S and Project L. All right. So with that, let's